I have built many, and I do mean many farms, so these are 7 must-have farms for Minecraft Bedrock 1.20. Downloads will be on my Discord. Alright, starting things off strong, we have got this cow farm here. Everyone needs a good source of food, and you could not ask for a better source than cooked beef. This farm is absolutely incredible. It's so easy to use, and literally after using it for less than like an hour, you will have enough food to feed you for literally your entire Minecraft playthrough. It's super simple. As you see, we went up there and bred the cows. All the baby cows drop down here, and then all the adult cows are just chilling. If we actually go ahead and turn this lever on and off, and then on and then off, you're gonna see that all of the adult cows die, while all of the baby cows stay safe down here, and all of the drops are gonna end up inside this chest. This is an incredible source of both cooked beef and leather, so it's perfect for enchantment books and just books in general. And you just have to come back up here and breed these cows up, and then they will do the exact same thing where the baby cows get shot back down, and then you can go ahead and kill off the adult cows. And as I said earlier, literally just sitting here doing that for like an hour will give you practically a double chest worth of cooked beef, which, I mean, that's plenty. Alright, next up is a super smelter, and while this isn't a farm, it is probably one of the most useful things that you could build. So what you need to do is you need to put your raw materials in this chest, and then your fuel in this chest, and after the fuel ends up inside that minecart chest, this thing is ready to go. I love this thing because it's so satisfying to watch, and also it just looks really, really good. It is a little on the expensive side because of all the hoppers, but if you build one of our farms that's in this video, iron farm, then it is absolutely not a problem, and you can smelt things 8 times faster, or if you use blast furnaces and smokers, then you could smelt things 16 times faster. Let's just go take a look at our fuel. It's all dispensed into this minecart chest right here. So if we go ahead and turn on this redstone lamp, keep in mind, just watch the furnaces. It is so satisfying. Oh my god, that gets me every single time. And then the minecarts are just going to go back and forth, and every single furnace is going to have an even amount of iron and fuel, and all of the smelted items are going to end up in this double chest in series of 8. So you can see we're going to have 8 ingots, and then it's going to pause. It's going to spit out 8 more ingots, and then pause, so on and so forth. I just really, really love this super smelter, and hopefully you guys like it as well. Alright, I have covered this wool farm so many times, but it's just because it is such an important farm that's so simple to build. There's like no materials at all, and all that happens is the sheep eats the grass, it grows its wool, and then it gets sheared, and all of the wool ends up in this chest down here. The reason why it's such a good farm is because it is so useful for when you're going to get netherite, because then you can craft a bunch of beds. Alright, consider this a bonus tip, but when you're actually going bed mining, you should really leave the materials in their raw state, so have wool and planks. That way, all you need to do is go into the crafting table and craft a bunch of beds, and that way you won't waste all of your inventory. This will allow you to carry so many more resources to craft beds, because as you can see, these beds are not stackable, but the materials are, and yeah, look how much space is gone now. But then you can go ahead and place down all your beds like this, and then go ahead and craft some more. It's just a lot easier if you carry your wool and your wood separate. Alright, next up is the iron farm. It's a classic. I'm not really sure what I can say about it that hasn't already been said. Iron is so useful in the game, especially later game when you want to build hoppers and things, and all of these drops are coming from just about an hour, maybe an hour and a half of AFKing. And this farm is just so efficient, and it's incredibly small. It's so easy to build. If I hop over into spectator mode, I can show you just how small this thing is. And yeah, it's definitely on the small side. Literally, it's just a hole with some beds, some villagers, and then, you know, the chamber to kill the iron golems. And if you really wanted to, you could clear out the space so that you could still trade with these villagers. But yeah, I highly, highly, highly recommend building this farm. Alright, this is probably one of the best wood farms that you could build. With a little bit of modification, this thing could be completely AFKable. As it stands right now, this is just a really good tree farm because it gives you so many saplings back. But if we actually come over here and then climb up, inside of the farm, as you can see, we have 20 leaf crushers, which is going to auto-dispense us some saplings. So we go ahead and turn on the farm. It's so easy to use. You just place down your saplings, they get grown, and then, you know, they get pushed across and whatnot into a giant cube for you to mine. However, with a little bit of modification, you could add in a bone meal maker so that you have infinite bone meal, and you could also add a wither chamber to blow up all of the trees. I'm pretty sure those still work. I'm not sure. I haven't tried them in 1.20. But yeah, this thing is just so awesome. I love it. It took me a little while to design to have all of the redstone be, you know, compact and stuff. But yeah, I highly recommend building this farm, again, once you have all the iron, which could easily be gotten from that iron farm I just showed you. Alright, I released this farm a couple days ago, and what it is it's a gold XP farm. It's super fun to build, and it's actually really efficient. All you need to do is climb down the scaffolding. Right here is where you AFK to collect all of your XP. And if we actually come down even farther, this is where all of the drops go, but it goes a little bit farther than that. If you open up this door, you get access to this big room here, which has an item filter, and it also has an area where all of the golden swords and armor are going to get dispensed and despawned. That way we don't fill all of our chests with garbage, essentially, and this will allow you to AFK longer. And another benefit is that because we're just letting the items despawn here, you're actually able to jump into the farm, die, and not worry about your armor and your tools being burned in lava. So don't add lava at the bottom here. Leave it open, let your items despawn. But yeah, this is probably one of the better XP farms that you could build. You just sit here AFK, you could go for literally 8 hours, have tons of gold when you come back, and have plenty of XP. And it's all done on one singular lever, so when you come down here and you flick this lever, it's actually going to turn off both the Trident Killer and the farm, so that way you don't worry about having them desync. Alright, this last farm is absolutely classic, and that is the mob spawner farm. As you can see, we have a mob spawner here, and what it's doing is it's spawning skeletons and dropping them in here for us to kill. Now, obviously, you could set up a Trident Killer down here so you could AFK, and I highly recommend doing that, but if you don't have the resources, you could easily just do a system like this. If I actually go ahead and go into spectator mode as well, you can see just how simple this farm is. It is so classic, and it is never gonna break, so I highly recommend building one of these, especially if you're early game. Alright, those are my 7 must-have farms. Obviously, that's not every farm in the game. I just like to think that those are like the 7 most important. They cover the most bases. You got XP, food, drops, whatnot, all that fun stuff. Obviously, there are more to consider. I highly recommend building raid farms, guardian farms if you're strong-willed because they take a lot of work, witch farms, creeper farms, mob farms like the general mob farms, not the spawner farms. Those are all really great farms to build, and you can go and check them out on my channel. But, yeah, these are my 7 must-have farms. I feel like I already mentioned it, but a lot of these worlds are available for download on my Discord, and every single one of these videos is linked in the description. So if you want to build a farm, just go into the description, click the link, and it'll take you to the tutorial. Alright, that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this one. If you guys enjoyed this, like, compilation style, please let me know by leaving a like and commenting down below. I've never done anything like this before, so hopefully you guys did like the compilation style, and it was helpful to you guys for finding new farms to build. But yeah, that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like. My name is 1UpMC, and I will catch you guys in the next one.